it's very common that you see people that try to muscle the ball, trying to be powerful. When the truth is that um, the, the the body is, you're not supposed to work like Superman to put power on the ball. You're supposed to work more like just using your body as a whip, like a whiplash, learning how to generate the power, and that happens with the, it's usually the generation of power. You can have 80% of your technique good in the forehand or the backhand or the serve, and there is just one little thing, one detail that you're doing, that's what generates that whip, that slap or snap, and that can be the difference in the generation. And when I talk in power, it's not, I'm not talking about, it's not only speed. I'm talking the speed, but I like to think more of power like a shot that has, let's say, instead of putting 90% of your power of your speed on that ball, put 65, 70%, and put more heaviness. Heaviness talking spin. I'm talking more like a Nadal kind of shot. It's good to have the Federer shot to put the balls away, but the one that, if we're talking about trying to be consistent and especially talking when you're playing under pressure, when the match is, it's a tight match, and you're right on the edge, that you just, 1 or 2 points can be the difference, and you don't want to be playing, you don't want to be, going all guns blazing like Federer, but instead you want to have a ball that says, okay, I want to be able to hit that ball 2 or 3 feet over the net consistently, knowing that my margin of error over the net and in the court is going to be pretty good. I can go a little low, a little high, a little long, a little sideways, but that shot's still going to be good. And that's when you go more for the Federer shot, that is like 85, 90% speed and 10 or 15% spin. And you go more to the Nadal style, like, okay, let's do more, let's say 60-40 or 65-35. I like to think more like, stay more in the range of 65 and 70, and then the rest top spin. And that's something that you can generate with the rotation, with the core, okay, with the how far your racket goes back, how far you bring that racket back. So just to start, I have these 4 markers, and I have number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4. Since we're working on the backhand, I went counterclockwise this time. Okay, so this is 1. I'm facing the court that way. This is 2, 3, 4. If you see pictures of two-handed backhand players hitting the backhand, they don't turn as much as one-handed backhand players. Why? It's just natural, because you can't. You're not gonna hit a two-handed backhand and you're gonna see one-handed backhand. You're almost showing you're pretty much showing your back to the front. Not entirely, but at least partially. But two-handed backhand is probably a little too much of that, because you're using both shoulders. But still, the two-handed backhand player, he makes a pretty good turn here. And what happens is that they bring the racket back, and when you swing, your racket drops to here. You're gonna see players that the picture, the racket drops and it's almost touching their left calf. Why? Because the racket does different to the forehand, that you keep the swing on this side. On the backhand, your racket is gonna come behind you, whether you're one-handed or whether you're two-handed player. That racket is gonna drop, get to the third side here. So your ball is coming. I bring my shoulder forward again. I don't want my chin that separated from the shoulder. Coming, boom. See, it drops. When you do that snap, there are players like Murray that doesn't really snap that much. They play a little flatter, but the guy still brings the racket behind him. So you gotta really feel that. Players that put a lot of spin on their backhand, like Nadal. They really, it's very noticeable how how they, it's like you're ready here. Imagine that you're doing it with one hand, coming, here we go, ready, boom. If you relax from here, and I say, when I count to 3, you're gonna relax the wrist, and pull with the right hand. So imagine that you're even if you're two-handed backhand player, okay, let go, relax that, you're gonna relax that wrist, and then you're gonna just pull forward, and look what happens to the racket. Ready, 1, 2, 3. See, the racket is gonna drop, and if you keep going, see, the racket doesn't drop straight here. It's gonna drop because of the position of your hands here. You don't wanna have it straight. You wanna have that angle, just like the one-handed that you wanna have an angle here. On the two-handed backhand, you wanna have an angle here, so when you relax, that racket is gonna drop here, not here. So if I'm relaxed here, it's just gonna drop and go naturally. So you wanna feel that coming, step, I wanna feel my shoulder forward, and look, the racket is behind me. And same, it's almost showing to the third side here. You know, and when you go, you get to this, and then you snap forward. Some players snap, some players don't. I think that is more a thing of spin. I suggest that you get used to it, because creating that whip is what's gonna help you get all the angles, and especially with players that come to the net a lot. But anyways, yeah, that's so one-handed backhand. You know, you have to turn across in order to be able to show that racket all the way to number 3. And in two-handed backhand, you're not gonna turn that much, but you're still gonna feel I'm here, but I still gonna feel that I'm turning a little bit, and my racket is ready. And when I pull the trigger, the thing that is gonna drop, and it's gonna be close to my left calf, and then from there, that's what allows me to generate that whip. Okay, all right, guys. Well, this is something that I've been wanting to do for a while, because I see a lot of people that sometimes just have a hard time, figuring out how to work the core, how to work with that rotation, and how far to go back. I hope you like it. Give me a like, subscribe to the channel, and well, I'll see you next time. Thank you.